Guys, I have great news. Our gas-guzzling, CO2-emitting, fossil fuel fanatic engines are on their way out. And the era of electric vehicles is quickly being ushered in.
The electric car is here.
Wait, wrong engine. I'm talking about these guys. I'm talking about mopeds, bikes, rickshaws, scooters. The electric 2- and 3-wheelers that are starting to pop out everywhere. Because this is how the majority of the world will experience the transition to clean transportation. He's not just delivering your food, he might be delivering the next green energy revolution. Electric cars are all over the mainstream media right now.
Electric cars are having a moment.
The theme among almost every car commercial. They were advertising brand new electric cars.
And now my president says the future
is electric.
Demand for EVs is exploding. People are excited about them, and they should be. Electric cars are a dramatic step of technological progress. Just the kind we need to give us a fighting chance against the climate crisis. But let's be honest, it's not an industry without flaws. Cobalt and lithium, the two crucial minerals for electric car batteries, are in super high demand. Finding and extracting them is really hard, which means they're becoming more and more expensive every day. EVs now cost 14% more than they did just last year. These are prices a huge portion of the world just can't afford. If we're trying to slash our carbon footprint, electric cars will only get some of us there, not all. That's because cars just aren't part of the equation for most people. Electric or not, cars are either too expensive or just not practical. But there's another EV revolution already underway that is accessible to most people. This one is happening in places like Hanoi, Delhi, Bangkok, Kigali, where most people are already riding 2- and 3-wheelers. In dense cities, bikes are just much more space efficient, and they do the job. Researchers say in any given cities, people never really travel more than about 6 miles. So transitioning to electric 2- and 3-wheelers is only going to be an added bonus. They're affordable, with some as cheap or even cheaper than gas ones. They're practical and easy to park in crowded cities, making urban centres ultimately way more livable. And they're clean. In these incredibly dense cities, they could drastically reduce noise and air pollution. We're already starting to see them on the roads of some countries that are plagued by pollution. India, the world's 3rd biggest carbon emitter, has made some serious investment in EVs.
Japan's Suzuki Motor plans to invest $1.37 billion in its India factory.
India's electric vehicle market is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 90% this decade. It would be valued at around $150 billion by the year 2030.
E-bikes have tripled sales since last year and will take over 76% of the market by 2040. Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are among the top 15 most polluted cities in Southeast Asia. But Vietnam now is the world's 2nd largest electric motorbike market. They even have domestic and local brands when most other neighboring countries import their EVs from China. In Indonesia, 2-wheelers are expected to be the first EVs to reach 50% use. These countries alone are home to 1.8 billion people combined. That's almost a fourth of the entire world population. Can you imagine the environmental impact of 100% EV adoption? Estimates vary, but switching to EVs can lead to 3 to 4 times less carbon emissions, depending on how green the electricity grid is. It's a huge part of how we can reach climate goals. It's obviously not going to be easy to get this up and running on a large scale. Mass adoption requires massive infrastructure. We need to build clean energy grids and accessible charging stations. These challenges are the same facing electric cars. But these countries are showing that it doesn't have to always be so complicated. Don't have the infrastructure yet? No problem. Indian and Indonesian governments are buying time with battery swapping stations, so riders can quickly continue their journey without having to plug in and charge. There are also challenges that are unique to 2- and 3-wheelers. You can't blame them. They're small little guys. They're much more vulnerable to their environments. We need to improve road conditions and tailor solutions for the different landscapes of each country. Resourceful local companies are already on it. In India, electric bikes are built to work best in hot, dusty weather and potholed roads. And in Vietnam, e-bikes include a hydraulic brake system designed for the infamous local traffic. The point is, both governments and companies in these countries are putting their heads together to workshop these challenges. And they're hedging their bets big on the future of electric bikes. It's all still pretty new, and there's a long way to go. But the road forward is starting to be built. Billions of people will probably never drive an electric car. And while we should definitely celebrate the progress that's been made, we also need to acknowledge that there are smaller alternatives that are just as big. So let's not get caught in the headlights. If we're able to switch gears and signal away from the Teslas and towards the world's electric Vespas, the road ahead to clean, green, two-wheeler energy machines can be truly electric.